And as promised, here is part 2 of our exclusive interview with Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. My colleague Esther Githui-Ewart joins me in the studio to tell us more. Esther.
Thank you very much, Vincent. As you know, world leaders at the UNGA are calling for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, known as SDGs. I sat down with Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta in New York, and he maintains that in some countries, the Millennium Development Goals were somewhat achieved, but the SDGs will now set the agenda on the way forward.
Mr. President,
the Millennium Development Goals were effected in 2000 with high expectations that most countries in the developing world would achieve them by 2015. Their aim was to reduce hunger, poverty, disease, gender inequality, and a host of other socio-economic aspects. The Sustainable Development Goals are more ambitious, some calling for access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy for all, while also encompassing the earlier MDGs.
I think a lot of progress was made in terms of achieving a good number of the MDGs. And I think that is why the strategy now behind and the approach behind the SDGs is to look at the weaknesses that existed within the MDG framework, and to see how we can strengthen that. And that is why a good part of the SDGs actually involves commitments within country, mobilizing resources domestically.
President Kenyatta's meetings on the sidelines of the UNGA include discussions with potential investors, and in part, these SDGs appear to link well with the Global Entrepreneurship Summit held in Nairobi back in July. Also, as part of U.S. President Barack Obama's Power Africa initiative, Sky Power, a U.S. company, signed a $2.2 billion agreement Friday to set up a solar energy research lab in Kenya. I asked Mr. Kenyatta what that means for Kenya's energy sector.
I think what is more exciting is their own commitment to upscale their own investment in solar energy in Kenya, which they committed to doing today by committing over a period of time to putting in up to about 2,000 megawatts of solar energy onto the grid, which we think is a magnificent and wonderful thing, and goes a long way to strengthening the kind of public-private partnerships that we are looking for with the international community.
Pope Francis is heading to Kenya in November, and the president says his country is excited that the Pope's presence will go a long way toward bringing to the forefront some of the critical issues that are at the heart of the people, including a social and economic development agenda for the country.
Kenyans are excited about that particular mission, and I think the word of peace, the word of inclusivity that he is sending across the world, the need for religious tolerance, I think is a critical message at a particular stage in time that we are in. He is sending messages that I think are very pertinent to Kenya today, and indeed to the globe.
Mr. Kenyatta also called on Kenyans in the diaspora to invest back in their native country, saying he looks forward to facilitating their grand ideas to move Kenya forward. And on the home front, Mr. Kenyatta says he's looking forward to welcoming a section of Kenyan PhD holders who plan to set up a medical facility in the country, and that his administration is putting in place measures to ensure Kenyans in the diaspora will be able to vote come the next general election. Vincent?
Well, thanks a lot, Esther. Now, that's our show for today. Be sure to watch Africa 54 on our website at voaafrica.com. For more news, tune in to VOA's evening radio show, Africa News Tonight at 1800 UTC. And in the mornings today, Break Africa between 0300 and 0600 UTC, Monday through Friday. Thanks a lot for watching from all of us in Washington. Have a good night.